Hey, good morning, everybody. And my hair is a goddamn mess. It is day 3. It's October 3rd. It is 31 and 31. I'm tending to do these things a little earlier than normal, just because, if you know, you know. Um, but today I'm watching Mad God. And Mad God is such a weird fucking movie. Um, and right now the director's name escapes me. He was involved with RoboCop 2. I know the last name starts with a P, and my mind is absolutely like wrecked from this movie. I'm just gonna tell you that so this started kind of as a love project back in the days of RoboCop 2, and the director believed that stop motion just wasn't a thing anymore, and that nobody would want to see this, nobody would want to do it. And then he was convinced much later on in the mid 2010s, and they did a Kickstarter. They then worked through it, and it took a good I think like almost 10 years to finally finish this movie. There are good things and there are bad things about it. So the bad thing I think is the pacing. The pacing is just a little odd, and the structure of story is a little odd. It really reminds me of Wizards. I don't know if you've ever seen Wizards before. If you haven't, you should see that movie. In fact, that movie probably should have been part of this list. But it's not really a horror movie. That's a fantasy movie, though it does kind of have horror elements. Ralph Bakshi, it's an interesting film. Again, if you haven't seen Wizards, you should probably see it. But it really feels like that. And the problem is that so much it just feels like it's random things to put together a story at times, and that kind of throws me off. The other part, and this is going to be kind of a make or break for a lot of people, and if I was seeing this in a theater, it wouldn't be a break. At home, it's a little bit of a break for me. And the fact that there's no dialogue at all in this movie. It's not that, again, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, right? I think it just the attention span for me kind of and maybe that's just what it is. Maybe it's just because I'm tired, or that it wasn't the right time to watch the movie, or whatever it is, and I needed to devote myself more to it instead of trying to figure out, how I'm going to do a lot of different things in a short week for myself. And it's that's where I think that the narrative kind of like loses itself for me a little bit. Like if there was just even a little bit of dialogue, maybe I'd be okay with it. I've seen, other movies, other animated movies where there is no dialogue and everything's kind of just moving along, and it just, because it feels like it's like vignettes like put together and just really awesome visuals put together, that it just doesn't hold itself up throughout the whole movie. So what's the movie about? Basically, it's like it feels like a post-apocalyptic world, or some type of place in the future where war has torn everything apart, and there's an assassin that goes down in a diving bell, and he has to deliver a package to a specific spot, but he gets caught, and then craziness ensues. It's beautifully done. It's absolutely a fucking gem to watch. If you love stop motion, man, this is the movie for you. Like, on that front, and what is really good are the visuals. The music works really well. It definitely tells it does a lot to tell the story and to get you in the feeling and the mood of everything. This is available on Shudder too, so it's not like you having you have to spend a lot of time, or you have to try to find it down. And there's Ace getting in my face and wanting to be a part of the video today. Yes, I know we watched Mad God together. No, I love you. And like it's got some really disgusting things, and it's got some really fucking beautiful things in it. It's just overall, like, it's a good movie. It's good. But I think that just having some dialogue, and it has like a text scroll in the beginning that basically tells you what the world's been up to this point and how it's working. And it's got some live action stuff mixed in it too. It's got one that's like priest guy with these long fucking nails that's absolutely disgusting, but the design of everything is cool. And there's even like a nurse and doctor that are involved in there, and just um you know when it's high on the stop motion, it's great, because I feel like it lulls just a little bit in the second act, and then the third act happens, and it's back to being kind of like batshit crazy with everything that's going on. And I think that there's going to be a selection of people that absolutely love this movie, and there's going to be a selection of people that just don't like it at all. And I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I think I'm going to be the rare few that's just like, I appreciate everything that is done, but maybe it's not for me. And I just put it like right there. It's a middle ground movie. It's a 3 electro poops out of 5. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that's probably more disgusting scenes in the movie. It's just like, again, I think visually stunning. And definitely a freaking work of art, and an incredible feat in stop motion. And the fact that it took so long to make, it's absolutely amazing in that regard. But I just feel like the lack of story, like solid story, like there is a story here, but you kind of have to piece it together in watching the events that are going on. And I do like films that do that make you kind of like, you think for yourself type of thing. But definitely go check it out. So, all right, well, we'll be back tomorrow. This turned out to be a longer one than I wanted it to be. And we'll find out what we're watching for the next day of these 3131s. See you soon.